All right, let's talk about CSS variables. Inside Gutenberg, there's not a lot of good ways to apply it. I've used a lot of the different page builders, and I see some direction towards it with things like bricks, live canvas. In particular, those two kind of have very CSS friendly workflows, whether it's playing classes or adding utility classes or using CSS variables throughout your project. So I wanted to create a way to do it for Gutenberg. And I came up with Gutenberg styles. And the way that it works, in this case, I'm using generate blocks. And I can go over here and manage my block styles, whether I'm creating a global class or I'm, actually just doing block level styling. I can just go into any input and start typing var. And you'll notice that the panel pops up. And with this, I can actually go in here and do something like max width 5 and automatically apply it. And just like that, I'm now using CSS variables in a very fluid way within Gutenberg. And there's a couple of different ways to activate the panel. So in particular, what I wanted to do is make it easy based on what you're familiar with. So typing var is one way, just like if you're typing a CSS variable, or you can type dash dash. In the dash dash way, that gives you the ability to get it right there, typing up. I want to do max width again. I'm going to do down arrow and enter, and automatically it's applied. And just like that, I'm entering it in. If you're more of a mouse user, you can also right-click any input, and it will also allow you to do it. Now, there's a couple of things that happen here. One, you have your autocomplete where you can search for the variable you want, select it, hit enter, and it automatically puts it in, or click it, and it automatically puts it in. It also copies it over to the clipboard. So in this case, I'm going to do GS1. I'm going to go down to darker, and I'm going to hit enter, and now it's copied to my clipboard. If I close this out and I go over into colors in the background, I'm just going to go ahead and paste this in. And now I actually have applied this CSS variable here. Of course, I'm on a current element that already has a background, so it's not going to be applied. And in this particular case, what I can do is just go over here just to demonstrate it, and I'm going to paste it in. And just like that, you can see my CSS variable is now applied within this color selector. And really the goal with this is just to make things simple. There are some additional features, like for example, you might have a situation where you don't have a variable for something that you need. You might want to actually go and create it. You can pop open the live CSS and you can do exactly that. Inside here, I could create Sass variables at the top here. Let's just say like color primary blue. And then I want to actually make the CSS variable here. So let's just say color primary. And for Sass, I got to do it like this. And like that, I now have a CSS variable created within the editor. And I can go ahead and start applying it. And the other nice thing about this editor is that you can actually filter your style sheet down. So everything stays nice, clean, and organized within your project. If I go into variables or anything else, it allows me to just focus exactly on what I'm working on, giving me a really streamlined approach to how to manage CSS within the Gutenberg editor. Also, you might have situations where you need to apply classes, and looking for the advanced classes input is always a pain within Gutenberg, no matter what block suite you use. So right here, you have plain classes, which are available. You can click this right here, and it pops open the window. And I can go ahead and start applying things like BG primary. And just like that, I now have my classes. And as you saw when I was typing, it went ahead and has the autocomplete, so you can go through and filter things. So I want to go ahead and do accent 5 or whatever it is. I can go ahead and do any of these different levels of styling. Another thing that I can do inside of here is, let's say I want to hide this out. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize the live CSS to get it out of the way. Minimize plain classes. You have a nice, clean, open workflow so that if you're not using these tools, they're not in the way and they're tucked away at the bottom right. You can activate plain classes in a couple different ways. You could do it by using the live CSS panel and clicking here. You can also do it right here at the top and activate it there. You can move these windows anywhere you want on the screen. So if you're more of a left screen person, you can move it over to the left, or you can move it on over to the right. You can stretch and resize them to fit in any way you want. And it will remember exactly the way that you had it, keeping it consistent so that as you close it and reopen it, you don't have to worry about repositioning it. This makes for a really adaptable workflow no matter what you're doing. If you have any questions about Gutenberg styles or the features that are coming out, you can go ahead and check out gutenbergstyles.com. We have the roadmap posted on the site. There's a current lifetime deal if you're seeing this during Black Friday for $79 for a lifetime, but after Cyber Monday, it does go up to $200. If you have any feature ideas or questions, feel free to drop them over on the site, or you can message me directly on the video or whatever channel you found me on. My name is Daniel over at Gutenberg Styles, and I look forward to seeing what you guys build with the plugin. All right, take care and have a good one.